All right, so let me recall what we have covered previously. So I have discussed the writing process, the three stages: pre-writing, drafting, and revising, and I have told you the importance of these different stages. Now that brings me to the second part of the slide, and that is anticipating and profiling your audience. So again, at this point of time, it is very important for you to ask yourself who is your primary reader, because you have to shape your message according to your audience. The message is dependent on your audience. What personal and professional relationship you have with them. Are you writing for someone you know, or are you writing for someone you don't know? How much does the audience know about the topic? Your approach would be entirely different if your audience knows about the topic, if your audience is receptive, if you believe that your audience is eager to listen to what you have to say, as compared to when your audience is uninterested, when your audience might become hostile. So what is the target audience education? It is very important for you to be clear on the education level of your audience, culture, attitude, and then most importantly, your audience reaction towards the message. Will they be interested? Will they be positive after listening your message, or will they be neutral? So in a nutshell, let me sum up. In a nutshell, it is very important for a writer, we are talking about planning business messages. So it is very important to have your audience into consideration. If you have your audience, if you have understood, if you have studied your audience completely, then you will be able to draft a message which will be much better than the one who has no understanding of his audience. So you see, let me retreat this. So you see, understanding the audience is very important. A good writer will always ask himself the possible question related to his audience. So do not undermine the importance of this. And then secondary audience. It is important to identify how secondary audience is different from primary. Give ample amount of background information, adapting the message according to the audience understanding. Tailor your message, adapt your message according to your audience understanding. There is a possibility that you are going to speak, that you are going to write for an audience which has a low level than the university going audience. So you always have to make sure that you adapt your message according to the audience understanding. You might have to change example. You might have to change the way you are writing, because you know that the audience level is different. Your audience might not be able to understand this. If you start giving a scholarly example to school-going kids, or if you start giving a scholarly example to someone who has no idea about what research is, so there is a strong possibility that you might not be able to get across your message quickly, properly. So you will not be able to clear your ideas. So it is again very important to anticipate and profile the audience.